So the Growlers looking good on the Newfoundland Herald. 2 consecutive editions of the Newfoundland Herald. All about 30 years of hockey in Newfoundland Labrador. So go Growlers!
This week's cover of the Newfoundland Herald celebrates hockey in this province. From the Growlers as they go for the championship Kelly Cup to 30 years of hockey. From the Baby Leafs, the St. John's Maple Leafs, on to the Ice Caps. There was sellout after sellout, and you know there's going to be more of those at the Mary Brown Centre as the Growlers go for the Kelly Cup. On this cover, we have team captain James Melindy. Newfoundlanders and Labradors love him. They love to celebrate their own, and he's one of us. Also, Zach O'Brien's inside this copy of the Newfoundland Herald. And so much more. I call him Goal Man. It's Danny Williams inside this edition of the Newfoundland Herald talking about the 30 years of history and his link to that. We all know him as a former premier, but he also has a link to some players on the ice. Also, Dean McDonald. He talks about putting the lumber to the guys. You're not going to want to miss what that means inside this edition of the Newfoundland Herald. Also, many tributes to Glenn Stanford. Many say he's the heart and the soul to the reason why there's 30 years of hockey in Newfoundland and Labrador. And also inside, the man who says that he has the face for radio, the one, the only Brian Rogers. He's the one that many have listened to over the many decades when it comes to hearing that colorful color commentary of hockey play-by-play. We actually have him here with us today. When it comes to talking about hockey, nobody can do it better than the one and only Brian Rogers.
Well, the Newfoundland Growlers are practicing at Pad 2 here in Mount Pearl on this Tuesday. And we only got a few guys on the ice today because the boys just finished a 3-3. Well, they got 4 out of 6 points. So they finished second. And they're going to play the Trois Rivières Lions, or the Lions, if you like, in English, en français, beginning on Friday in a best-of-7 semi-final in the Northern Division. So, 2 teams that are owned by Dean McDonald and Glenn Stanford will play in the first round against each other, trying to get to the Northern Division Championship, and then a chance to potentially go to a conference final. We want to thank the Newfoundland Herald for doing a great coverage on our hockey club as we try to win 2 Kelly Cups. Of course, a couple of years ago, in our inaugural season, we won the Kelly Cup. Now you can get your new copy of the Newfoundland Herald. This is the first of 2 weeks in a row where 30 years of hockey will be celebrated in Newfoundland Labrador. For you hockey fans out there that love all our teams that we had here in the last 30 years and beyond, and probably for another 30, make sure you get your copy of the Newfoundland Herald this week. The Growlers are on the cover. There's your captain, James Melindy, and it's chock-a-block for you hockey fans inside. Great work, Pam, and the gang at the Newfoundland Herald. Get your new copy today.
And that's the legendary broadcaster Brian Rogers. Plus, who's the voice of hockey now? Chris Ballard. We speak to him and he tells us why the sky is the limit for his team, the Newfoundland Growlers. Also, Andrew McKim. He has an interesting link to many of the players who play on our Growlers team. You're going to want to find out all about that. Also, inside the Newfoundland Herald, we have a chat with the legendary singer and performer, and the reason why we had to come to the Glacier today, because the Mary Brown Centre is busy, we speak with James Taylor, and he tells us about his connection to this province and why he wanted to start his American Standard Tour right here in this province. You're not going to want to miss that. Also coming up inside the Newfoundland Herald, it's all about May 24th. That's coming up pretty soon. You're going to want to find out who's going to be on the new Staycation Cruiser team. You're not going to want to miss it. And you can join us anytime online, nfldherald.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss some great content. And as always, join us on Facebook because we post a lot of fun stories, including our James Taylor one, which is up now. This and so much more. The Newfoundland Herald has a little something for everyone.